Now on News 6, after months on the International Space Station, 2 astronauts are closer to coming home. We'll have every update on their mission, plus greater risks of carbon monoxide poisoning during spring break.
This is considered the silent killer.
How to protect yourself, and the new push to pass a hands-free driving law in Florida. This is News 6 Mornings.
Hey, good morning on your Monday at 6 a.m. I'm Crystal Moyer.
I'm Justin Mormouth. Trooper Steve watching the roads. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos has that pinpoint accurate forecast. Today is St. Patrick's Day. It's also a lot of spring break activities.
Right.
Need some nice weather for all the events.
And it's funny, you know how many people have messaged me saying every spring break a cold front comes through.
Typically,
every
right?
spring
Well,
break.
then you should know what to expect.
Right. Now, the good news is if you like it cool, you're going to like today. And then if you like temperatures back in the 80s, don't worry, I got you covered. You know me. I always take care of everybody. Downtown Orlando Sky Cam. Brought to you by Light Orlando, delivering hope. It's a nice start to the day. It is breezy right now, gusty at times, gusting up to about 26 miles per hour. Right now, though, we got this, a lot of cloud cover. That cold front just cleared our southern zones a few hours ago. Get some time to get that cool air in, the clouds out of here. And once they do, temperatures are not warming up much. Temperatures right now are in the 60s, pretty much area wide. So it's a touch cooler than how we started yesterday with the breezy, warm air in place. Right now, we're in the upper 60s along the coastline, but notice where our highs are going. And the reason why they're here, the boxes are highlighted in blue because they're going to be well below that average of 78 degrees. That's where we should be for this time of the year. We're going to be about 10 degrees below the average. And it's all thanks to that north breeze. It's going to continue to funnel in that much cooler air. But because the air is not only cool, it's very dry and windy, we do have that fire weather warning that will remain in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. We'll have more details on that warm up and, of course, your spring break forecast coming up in just a bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Roadway's not too bad for 6 a.m. on a Monday. Man, that doesn't wake you up. International Speedway Boulevard looks pretty good over here at Clyde Morris Boulevard. No issues east or westbound down here or pretty much anywhere in Volusia County. We're actually looking pretty nice, whichever city you're in. A little further north there towards Ormond Beach, State Road 40 over at Nova on a ground level. Not bad. And then DeLand, east and westbound along New York Avenue. Also State Road 44, whether you're headed towards I-4 or away from it, things are nice. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. A successful docking at the International Space Station early yesterday morning for NASA and SpaceX's Crew 10 team.
They joined Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams on board the floating space lab, who are all awaiting their return home. For Butch and Sonny, it's been a 9-month trip to space after their original week-long trip was extended due to issues with the capsule that they took off in.
They're ready to get out of there. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez live in studio for us this morning with more on when we can expect Crew 9 home.
Yeah, the pair will be undocking from the International Space Station, or as Crystal said, the floating space lab, which is true, early Tuesday and splashing down off our coast later that night. And of course, they're very, very eager to return home after what was supposed to be just 1 week in space. And they've been in space, I should say, and since June, so over 9 months, and so they'll just be spending one more day. I'm sure they're anxious. Tomorrow's return is, of course, dependent on weather, so hopefully it's all clear skies for them. In the studio, Stephanie Rodriguez getting results, News 6.
Thank you, Stephanie. Developing this morning, the Florida Highway Patrol is investigating a crash that left 3 people dead, including a child. Investigators say this happened around 3 p.m. yesterday on Highway 441 and Yates Ranch Road. According to a report, one of the drivers was headed the wrong way down the road when they ran into another car, causing that car to flip. The 2 drivers taken to the hospital with minor injuries along with 1 passenger, while 3 other passengers were declared dead. Investigators still looking into what exactly happened.
Well, it's an ongoing issue here in Florida, you know, sitting behind the wheel distracted, either looking at your phone or doing something else with your hands.
And now the state is looking to enact stricter hands-free driving laws that would help protect everyone on the road. News 6's Angie Casada is live in Osceola County for us this morning, where lawmakers just passed a resolution asking the state for stricter driving limitations. Angie.
Hey, good morning, guys. Justin, listen, this is big. Osceola County leaders are pushing for a statewide hands-free driving law, which means you can't text and drive or even maybe look at your GPS while driving. It's hands-free, aka both of those hands have to be on the wheel. And it's formally backing a bill now moving through the Florida Senate. Well, they say the tougher laws are needed because distracted driving crashes have been on the rise here in the county. Now, the bill is still moving through the Senate. If you want to learn more about Osceola County's resolution or Matt Austin's push for change, make sure to visit clickorlando.com. Reporting in Osceola County, Angie Casada, Getting Results, News 6.
Angie, thanks. We're working to learn more about a shooting this weekend that left two 19-year-olds hospitalized in Daytona Beach. Investigators say it happened around 7 o'clock Saturday night on the boardwalk. It's unclear what led up to the shooting, but after interviewing multiple people, detectives say they've learned the victims and suspects knew each other. We're working this morning to learn if any arrests have been made in the case.
A group dedicated to standing up against discrimination stood outside their church yesterday to protect the congregation after a disruption last weekend. Last week, a service at the Joy Metropolitan Community Church in Orlando was disrupted when Reverend Terry Steed Pierce says others barged in spewing hate after a children's song. While the church welcomes all races, cultures, and sexual orientations, the Reverend says the disruption was, quote, ungodly, and it is not of what God would want to interrupt and disrupt. After the incident, a group of churchgoers pledged to stand outside and protect the church during yesterday's service. Pierce says the hopes of the church's message of love will prevail.
All right, let's get to your weather now with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. A lot to celebrate today. Spring break, St. Patty's Day, and some beautiful weather with a little bit of a breeze, right?
Yes, and my Friday. What? It's fine. It's fine.
Happy Friday.
Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the water vapor imagery right now. We have a cold front that came through yesterday. We pinpointed all weekend long, but as that front continues to slide out towards the south and east, much drier air will come through. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning. We did have a tornado warning yesterday. Luckily, even with all those threats, we did not see anything confirmed, so that's certainly some good news. Some beneficial rain, though, certainly fell across some parts of Central Florida. Now, in its wake, we get to sit back and enjoy some really nice weather over the next couple of days. Right now, you can see all that cool air is still up to our north. It's going to take some time, but we are going to start tapping into some of that cooler air. Right now, though, we are running between about 4 and even up to about 11 degrees cooler this morning than yesterday. But notice throughout the day, though, we're not going to be warming up much because of that breeze and that cooler air settling in. Right now, that breeze still primarily out of the west, but will continue to turn more northerly, helping bring in all that cool air that's right now across the deep south. We'll have more details on the temperature trends and how long this cooler air will last for your spring break coming up in just a little bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
That cooler air is 100% active in this studio right now.
It's freezing in here.
It is an ice box in here. It is ridiculous. State Road 40 out at Nova Road. We're still looking good in Brevard, Volusia. As we slide towards DeLand, things look even better. No issues along I-4 east or westbound. And then 2 separate DOT cameras for you. One out here at 417 out by east of Lake Mary, and the other one out by Sanford on I-4. Both looking pretty good. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. 6:10. It is an ongoing debate in restaurants. Should you be required to tip if the restaurant says so?
Yeah, we asked you all. Some said no, some said yes, but that could soon all change. Coming up, the amendment to a bill that could do away with automatic gratuity at restaurants.
First, though, millions of people heading out to spring break vacation this week. The unlikely item you'll want to check for to make sure you are safe in hotels and rentals. You're watching News 6 Mornings on this Monday. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Orlando Health.
WKMG has been hitting the road, and we've been going from town to town to town. We've been talking to you, exploring your city, and getting results. We're getting to know you in a whole new way.
Finally get to see the people that I see on TV in person.
There's not many news stations that would do that.
Watch us cover stories from Oviedo all week, starting March 31st through April 4th on WKMG.
Wow, that's exciting.
She says she's being tormented by a stranger who showed up at her door.
Who are you?
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on News 6.
New this morning, experts say when packing for your upcoming spring break trip, you may want to add a carbon monoxide detector.
Yeah, the warning comes after several American tourists died from carbon monoxide poisoning while traveling abroad. So carbon monoxide gas is the leading cause of poisoning deaths in the U.S. Data also shows more than 4,000 carbon monoxide incidents at hotels, motels, and resorts between 1999 and 2020. So to prevent something like that from happening, experts say make sure your hotel room or rental has a working carbon monoxide detector.
Press the button, just hold it for a second.
You're gonna hear it start beeping. Runs through, it's letting me know that it's working.
So if the alarm goes off, what should you do?
If I'm in my apartment, Airbnb, wherever I'm staying, the alarm goes off, I know that we're getting about 30 parts per million carbon monoxide. I want to immediately get out of the building.
Both Airbnb and Vrbo have information on their website about whether CO alarms are installed in the units you're looking to rent. The safest move is to pack one of your own.
Downtown Orlando is known for its activity, culture, and innovation. Now the city is acquiring 4 new properties that will help keep the area beautiful. Last week, the city officially closed on the properties that will be used to revitalize downtown. Officials say the acquisitions pave the way for new projects helping with connectivity and public space. So here's what they're working to open. One of the areas, they hope to create a dynamic public park, and the properties on Central Avenue will be used to expand Lake Eola Park and future development.
Central Florida, of course, known for its theme parks, its proximity to the beach as well, but it could also become home to a brand new MLB team. So the Orlando Dreamers, that's an investment group looking to bring baseball to Central Florida, says it is willing to put up more than $1 billion to build a 45,000-seat stadium off I-Drive right near SeaWorld and Aquatica. The group says an investor has been locked in with the letter of intent to pay $1.7 billion. Several local baseball fans hoping the team is more than just a dream.
I think it's a good idea is because as we do have high school and baseball, and people would like a major league baseball.
Experts say the Tampa Bay Rays could be bought out to move them here, or the MLB could expand into Orlando. There are 2 ways to get a team. Attract the Rays, expansion team. The first option, a lot easier to do and more of a possibility, a real possibility. Their stadium deal fell apart in St. Pete. That's why this is reaching this point. The day after that comes out, Orlando Dreamers put out a statement. We have an investor lined up. We're looking to pounce.
They knew what they were doing.
Because this opportunity is now. It doesn't come along very often. So we'll see what happens.
You got to build that stadium, though.
You got to build the stadium. That was the issue.
Everything at that point after that.
No, we're the biggest market in the country without a Major League Baseball team. So it's time.
If we build it, they will come.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about it. That's a baseball reference.
Field of Dreams, that's right. Look at you go. Big fan of Kevin Costner.
Love that movie. All right, let's talk about the weather forecast across Central Florida. We are continuing to see cool and breezy conditions for your St. Patrick's Day. Top of the morning to all y'all. As we continue to see temperatures this afternoon, upper 60s. Then later on tonight, we're going to be dipping back down into the 40s across Central Florida, as we will be waking up some of the cold air we've seen in weeks. And then before you know it, spring, by the way, officially begins on Thursday, even though it's been feeling like spring for a while now. We're going to get back into those 80s just in time to ring in the new season, all before another cold front comes through. Now, temperatures out the door right now, we're all pretty mild at this point. We're still in the 60s. We are noticing temperatures are starting to dip a little bit. So what's going to happen over the next couple hours? Temperatures will continue to cool, even as the sun comes up, because that cold air behind that cold front is now finally making its way into Central Florida. So overall, temperatures are really not going to be warming up much. They might go up another maybe 4-5 degrees at best, and then that is it. We're going to continue to stay pretty mild throughout the rest of the day. Now, that breeze right now, primarily out of the northwest, will turn more northerly, really funneling in that cool air. The only problem, it's not only cool air, it's very dry. So the combination of dry and windy conditions are increasing our fire danger. So we do have a fire weather warning in effect for pretty much all of Central Florida for today. So try to limit any outside burning at least throughout the next couple of days until that breeze dies down. Notice that breeze that will continue to kick up. We're talking up to about 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. They're highlighted in those yellow graphs here between about 12 and 4 o'clock. That will be kind of the breeziest point of the day. So beach and boating conditions, although the weather is going to be feeling very nice, the breeze might make things feel a little less comfortable out there. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
We're into the upper 60s, everybody. A really nice, cool day. We got that breeze in place. And then later on tonight, we're going to get back down into the 50s and then again down into those 40s. Again, that breeze is going to be kind of the big story. Now, we're going to continue to watch for the potential of more scattered showers in the forecast. This is really going to come through on Thursday. And the main reason for it is we are going to be watching the arrival of a new cold front. But then later on tonight, notice where temperatures temperatures are going. We're down into those 40s pretty much area wide. Our average for this time of the year is 56. So again, we have that dry air in place for the next few days, but notice what's going to be moving in by about Thursday. Another cold front could bring out an isolated shower or two, but not looking at a big storm threat, just in time for the beginning of spring. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
All right, guys, we got some police activity that Sky 6 is over right now. Gore Street is blocked in both directions between Paramore and Westmoreland. So Gore Street between Paramore and Westmoreland. I have no information other than the fact that Sky 6 is over this and that the roadway is obviously affected. So this is going to be the city of Orlando. Looks like we do have some crime scene tape up currently out here. So this tells me it's going to be here for a minute. So it's only a short little portion of it, so just be careful as you're cruising through. Outside of that, where we left off, DeLand, good morning to you. Lake Helen, South Volusia, and North Seminole looking good. Just watch out for that police activity off of Gore. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Trooper Steve. Protests ramping up at Tesla dealerships across the country over the weekend.
At the bottom of the hour, the protests that happened right here in Central Florida and why people are speaking out against the car manufacturer.
But first, it's a constant struggle for teens across the country, fitting in. Coming up, what teens are saying about the daily challenges they face.
Your beach and boating forecast is sponsored by Armor View Window and Door. Get the inside scoop on the latest forecast updates and more with a Pinpoint Weather newsletter. Sign up today at clickorlando.com/newsletters.
Coming up, a man shot to death over the weekend.
What we're learning this morning. Plus, Crew 10 officially arriving at the space station early Sunday morning when Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams could come home.
And storms stirring up across the country over the weekend. The damage we're seeing this morning.
Get the scoop on every theme park with our In the Loop Theme Park Scoops newsletter. Sign up at clickorlando.com/newsletters. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now it's 6:30.
After almost a year in space, 2 astronauts will soon be back on Earth when they're slated to make their grand return with SpaceX's Crew 9.
Plus, a suspected attacker remains on the run. A closer look at who police are looking for and how you can help.
Deadly storms leaving behind devastation in several states. How communities are working to pick up the pieces as others prepare for another round of severe weather. Good morning to you, Central Florida. I'm Justin Warmer.
And I'm Crystal Moyer. Thanks for staying with us. On this Monday, we'll have those stories ahead, but we all know you want to know what the weather's going to be like. So let's toss it to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos.
Yeah, we had a severe weather threat yesterday. Luckily, we did not see any severe weather come out from this cold front. Brought us some heavy rain, a couple warnings in place, but nothing confirmed, especially compared to what folks across the deep south, of course, had to deal with throughout the weekend. But right now, as that cold front continues to slowly make its way through Central Florida, some heavy rain, even severe thunderstorm warning right now for South Florida. That's not our problem because we're going to see some nice cool air across Central Florida for the next couple hours. Right now, temperatures out the door. It's a mild start. It's not going to be abnormally cold because that cold air hasn't made its way here just yet, although we are now starting to bring those temperatures down just a bit. Right now, running between about 6 and about 11 degrees cooler this morning than yesterday. We do have that breeze, though, in place, and that's going to continue for another day. But rather than coming in out of the south like they did yesterday, keeping things very warm and muggy, it's very dry and brisk right now with those wind gusts upwards about 30 miles per hour. Unfortunately, the combination of the dry and breezy weather will continue to increase our fire danger. So a fire weather warning is in effect for pretty much all of Central Florida until about 8 o'clock tonight. We'll have more details on the rest of your spring break forecast, including your festivities maybe for St. Patty's Day today, coming up in just a little bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
All right, Sky 6 is over Gore Street right now in the city of Orlando. Looking at a few different things, this could be a crash. It just doesn't look like one. But Gore between Paramore and Westmoreland right now shut down east and westbound. It's only a block worth of traffic, so it's easy to get around. And this is just west there of I-4. So please be careful this morning. This doesn't look like it's going to be opened up anytime soon. So once it does, of course, we'll let you know. DeLand, good morning to you. Lake Helen still looking nice east and westbound on 44 and even Seminole County. I'm not picking up that westbound delay just yet at Lake Mary, which is a good thing. Guys, back to you.
A historic launch from our Space Coast. The 4 members of Crew 10 now at the International Space Station, learning the ropes so they can officially take the place of Crew 9. which means we'll soon be welcoming home Crew 9, along with NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams.
Much anticipated, both Butch and Sunny have been in space for over 9 months. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez joins us live in studio. And Stephanie, SpaceX says they should be splashing down off our coast sometime tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the plan after a week-long trip to space was unexpectedly extended. So they hope that it comes to an end. They're expected to get here by tomorrow night.
Thank you, Stephanie. A crime alert now in Altamont Springs. Police say they're looking for a suspect accused of approaching and assaulting women after dark. Police say the suspect's accused of 3 separate incidents, all happening in the area of State Road 436 and Wymore Road on Thursday night into Friday morning between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. Police say the suspect, possibly white or Hispanic male, around 6 feet tall, a slim build, dark hair, either in his 20s or 30s. He was seen on this surveillance video here wearing dark clothes and white shoes, as well as a black face mask. Police warning you to stay safe, and for anyone with information to call the Altamont Springs Police Department right away.
This morning, airport officials working to get things moving again at Orlando International. Storms causing several delays and ground stops yesterday. It comes right as thousands of people are traveling for spring break. Airport officials say nearly 200,000 people were expected to pass through MCO yesterday. We talked to some passengers who were not happy about those delays.
I'm very disappointed because no one really didn't give us no information or anything besides just, hey, the flight's canceled. It's a weather delay. The weather problem is not on us.
The airport is expecting heavy crowds today, and there could be more delays, so keep that in mind. They're asking travelers to get there at least 3 hours before their flight.
Well, it is the first full week of spring break for many of our school districts, and to make sure spring break is fun for everyone, local law enforcement beefing up its presence. News 6 rode along with New Smyrna Beach Police. Officers say after President's Day and Senior Skip Day led to several juvenile arrests this year, they are not taking any chances.
This week it starts with the little things. So it's any and all traffic violations, noise ordinance violations. There's zero tolerance for violations so that the people that are just here to have a good time and enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere get that.
Last year, 52 arrests, 200 citations were issued during spring break. This year, police enforcing a juvenile curfew. Anyone under 18 must be home or inside by 11 p.m. or be with a parent or guardian. So the warning is out. Be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. Easier said than done when refreshments take place. But Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos joins us now with a look at that weather. A little chilly, a little breezy to start.
Well, I mean, for us locals, going to the beach, upper 60s doesn't sound ideal, but you know there's going to be a lot of tourists out there who think upper 60s compared to some of the weather you saw there in a couple of the last ones with snow falling in some parts of the country. And the upper 60s might actually feel nice and warm. Taking a live look, Daytona Beach Sky Cam, it is going to be a really cool day across Central Florida. 61 degrees right now, but notice our skies, they're starting to clear. At the beginning of our show, at about 5 a.m., it was still mostly cloudy, so we are starting to see a lot of that cloud cover getting worked through, and as it does so, temperatures will be dropping a little further before the sun comes up. Our breeze, though, my goodness, it is going to be a windy day for another day with those wind gusts already clocking at 30 miles per hour. We're at 31 mile per hour wind gusts right now in Cocoa Beach. Even across our inland locations right now between Sanford and Orlando, we've been getting in the last half hour or so wind gusts reports upwards about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So whether it's the upper 60s or not, the weather will be warming up as we head into the rest of the week. But for today, your beach forecast, not looking too bad. Upper 60s, though. But again, the breeze will be something you'll have to contend with. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. Things are getting a little busier, though, across Central Florida.
Yeah, this is going to be downtown Orlando. This is Gore between Paramore and Westmoreland. Heavy police activity. It's listed as a crash. To me, it just does not look like one. We've reached out to the Orlando Police Department to get some information, so we'll see what we got. But all you really need to know is Gore's shut down between Paramore and Westmoreland. So it's a big chunk of roadway out here. Just be careful. They've got law enforcement kind of spread out there to make sure that you don't go within the area that they don't want you to. Today, I'm headed to Orange County Animal Services. It's St. Patrick's Day. So let's bring the luck to one of these amazing animals. So today, join me 10 a.m. I have no idea who I'm meeting, but I'm sure we're going to find him a forever home either way. So 10 a.m., clickorlando.com. Guys, back to you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Steve. 641 now, a breakthrough for sickle cell disease.
Doctors say a man in New York is now the first in the state to be cured.
Sickle cell was like a blockade for me, but now it's just like a wall that I just jumped over.
Coming up, how medical experts say they did it and who just put thousands of dollars toward the medical future.
First, though, Tesla showrooms under siege. Why protesters nationwide are targeting Elon Musk's business. Next.
Get the latest news, weather, entertainment, sports, and more from the new 6 Plus streaming app. Download today.
Protests are ramping up outside Tesla showrooms across the country, and organizers say this past weekend is just a sample of what they plan to do in the coming weeks. We saw several of them in Central Florida alone. This is video out of Cocoa Beach showing protesters outside of a local Tesla dealership. The nationwide boycott is a continuation that began last month after Elon Musk's growing involvement with slashing thousands of government jobs. In recent weeks, Teslas were engulfed by a fire in Seattle, a charging station torched in Massachusetts, and a Molotov cocktail was thrown at a dealership in Oregon.
This is a joyous, festive protest and nonviolent, and I urge people, like-minded people, to do this at every Tesla dealership in the country.
If you're going to touch a Tesla, go to a dealership, do anything, you better watch out because we're coming after you.
Protesters say they will continue their demonstrations through the end of April.
New this morning, power should be back up and running after a scary scene in St. Cloud over the weekend. A car crashing into a power transformer, catching fire. Thankfully, no one was hurt in this. Officials say the fire spread quickly, though, to a nearby building before they were able to put it out. OUC had to cut power for crews to fight the fire, which caused the traffic signal at US 192 and Old Hickory Road to turn off. It's the end of an era. The long-running 3D attraction, It's Tough to Be a Bug, has officially closed. Disney says it's to make room for something just as magical. It's Tough to Be a Bug opened with Disney's Animal Kingdom back in 1998 to promote a Bug's Life movie that came out that year. It was in the Tree of Life Theater and had a 3D movie and live show. Now a Zootopia-themed show will be taking over the theater. It's called Zootopia Better Together. It's set to open in winter of this year. I think we can all collectively think it's tough to be a bug for the trauma that ride gives you, or attraction.
It's intense.
Right,
it's
but
very intense.
Remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes, I love that one too.
That was traumatic.
No.
Because of the spider.
Alien.
The Alien Encounter was the most traumatic ride that Disney's ever put out.
We talked about this in depth yesterday.
That ride, I still remember riding it once. Like
loved it.
6 years old or
Freezing
whatever.
your neck.
Breathing in the back.
Well,
Oh
all
my
the kids
God.
screaming, like they had
The kids
warnings before you got on the ride, and they still brought their young kids.
They had the strobe lights go. It was a freaky ride. But Bug's Life is also freaky.
Well, I wrote it for, I participated in the first time two weeks ago. I know, I was late to the show. But I saw these warning signs, and the person I was with who goes, are you sure that the kids are going to be okay? And I'm like, yeah.
I just sit with my feet up.
It's a show. What's good? I didn't realize I was sitting under the one chair where the spider comes up right at me, so.
You got the full experience.
I got the full experience.
Good job.
All right,
Nice.
I'm excited for Zootopia. I think it's going to be exciting. All right, let's talk about the weather forecast. Maybe they'll throw in some of the bugs from a bug, from a Bug's Life, kind of as a
Man, just
homage.
thinking about Alien Encounter.
Oh my God.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, YouTube what we're talking. Alien Encounter, Tomorrowland, back in the day, Disney.
Only true Floridians will know.
Oh my God. Horrible, right?
I mean, it was one of the cooler attractions in the summer, so you kind of had to do it to cool off a bit. All right, let's talk about the weather forecast. When he'd spit, remember? Or he'd sneeze. No, that sneezing was Stitch, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the weather forecast across Central Florida. For your Monday, it's going to be nice and cool. We're going to continue to see that breeze kicking up out of the north over the next couple of hours. And with that, temperatures are still going to be staying much cooler than normal. We'll get back to near normal for your Tuesday, a nice mild stretch. But if you're going to be out and about early tomorrow morning, you will need a jacket like that little family there will be needing it as temperatures are going to be expecting to dip down into those 40s. So let's look at those temperatures out the door right now. It's a nice mild start. We do have much drier air already in place. It's just going to take some time to get the cool air to get in here. So you can see 59 degrees right now in Ocala. We're at 65 degrees in Orlando. But we've got that breeze, and as it continues to move in out of the north, it'll help kind of deliver that cool air here across the Sunshine State. But it's also going to be picking up throughout the rest of the afternoon. So it's going to be a very breezy to almost windy day today. Right now, we've been seeing wind gusts now between 31 and up to 33 miles per hour right along the immediate coastline. And then throughout the next couple of hours, as we take you here throughout even 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, afternoon, those winds are going to be pretty consistent out of the north. And then by the time the sun goes down later on tonight, we'll finally start to see those wind gusts kind of back off just a bit. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your St. Patrick's Day. Our average high for this time of the year is 79, and we're going to be nowhere near that average line, as highs are going to be staying into those upper 60s. Then later on tonight, again, we will feel that chill in the air. We'll be in those 40s across the majority of Central Florida, maybe the low 50s right along the immediate coastline. But throughout the next few days, we're going to stay nice and dry. We've got a little ridge of high pressure in control. As it starts shifting out to sea, it will make way for a new cold front that will be coming through. This is our mid-level moisture. We could get a little bit of cloud cover from this, but as of right now, we're not looking much at a chance for rain, but at least it will be cooling us down. So we're going to start and end your spring break week a bit on the cool side with both times there into those 70s. And by the way, right smack in the middle of the week, spring officially begins on Thursday. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve.
Good temperatures to start spring off, right?
Right.
All right. So Sky 6 is telling me this is a vehicle versus pedestrian situation out here along Gore. I'm still waiting for OPD to confirm that, but it does kind of explain what I'm looking at, the fact that I don't see another vehicle involved. So this is Gore between Paramore and Westmoreland. The entire strip out there is shut down for this crash investigation. The fact that they're doing this lets me know this pedestrian may not have had a good outcome. So please be careful as you're traveling out here this morning. Outside of that, the rest of I-4 still looking pretty good, east and westbound throughout Central Florida. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. A countdown to welcoming home two astronauts who have been in space for almost a year. When they're expecting to splash down, next as we check our big stories.
It's 6:54. Let's check our big story, starting with Rodriguez and long anticipated homecoming for a crew in space.
Crystal, after over 9 months in space, two NASA astronauts are expected to make their return to Earth. Williams and a more week-long trip to space was unexpectedly extended after issues with their return capsule. On Friday, a SpaceX crew set to replace them blasted off right out of Kennedy Space Center. Now that team arrived on Sunday, and Williams and Will are set to undock from the International Space Station early Tuesday and arrive that night. Now tomorrow's return is dependent on what. Hopefully it's clear skies for them. Justin?
Stephanie, troopers say 3 people, including a 5-year-old boy, were killed in a crash yesterday in Osceola County. It happened on US 441 and Yates Ranch Road just before 3 p.m. when a pickup truck driving the wrong way collided with an SUV. 3 others were also hurt in the crash.
We're keeping an eye on Orlando International Airport after several ground stops and delays as severe storms moved across the country. Over 500 flight delays were reported at MCO yesterday. Now conditions are expected to be better, but officials are still warning about heavy crowds and possible delays. Angie?
Crystal, Osceola County's leaders are pushing for a statewide hands-free driving law. Now, this is backing a bill moving through the Florida Senate with distracted driving crashes on the rise. Supporters say tougher laws are long overdue. The bill, which has a bipartisan support, would ban handheld phone use behind the wheel and could take effect July 1st if passed. You can find more information on this and Matt Austin's push over on clickorlando.com. Candace.
And temperatures out the door a bit on the mild side. Right now we're starting off kind of in the 50s and 60s, but throughout the day staying in the 60s. 68 will be our high today. And then later on tonight, notice those temperatures are dipping pretty much all into those 40s, except along the coastline with a gradual warming trend this week. Steve.
All right, Gore shut down between Paramore and Westmoreland. Sky 6 is telling me this is a vehicle versus pedestrian. Please avoid the area, and it is St. Patrick's Day, so if you're out and about, designated driver, please.
Good reminder. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for joining us. We break news on clickorlando.com.
You can also find all of our stories and podcasts on our new 6 Plus app for your TV.
CBS Mornings is up next. Have a good one.
Get the latest news, weather, entertainment, sports, and more from the new 6 Plus streaming app. Download today.